John, can you talk about any national security implications of the fact that there are no members of the House who are sworn in at this time?
We have vehicles to continue to communicate with both chambers of Congress, and that communication will continue throughout the foreseeable future. So there's no particular worry or concern that national security will be put at significant risk here, because we do have ability to continue some level of communication.
But there are members who have said, for example, they can't get a security clearance right now, so they can't receive classified briefings.
Sure.
They've sent requests to various agencies like the IRS. They've been told they have to wait until they're sworn in. So what kind of impact does that have on the government's ability to function?
Well, there's obviously going to be some impact here as new members are waiting to get cleared and get committee assignments and all that. I don't want to suggest that there's not going to be any national security impacts. But in terms of the American people worrying about whether the federal government and this administration can continue to look after our national security interests, that should not be an overriding concern. There are vehicles and ways in which we can continue to communicate key priorities and developments. Even such as the notification over this presidential drawdown package that Karine just announced. All that was done, appropriately. So that work will continue. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Karine. Can we talk about why is now the right time to send Bradleys to Ukraine? Obviously, the Ukrainians have been asking for them for some time. Is there any kind of new security threat that's motivating this?
So the aid that we provide Ukraine from a security perspective is very much in keeping with two things. One, the needs that they have in the moment and our ability to provide those capabilities to them, but also taking a look at what the fight is likely to be going forward. Now, in recent weeks, we've all been very focused, rightly so, on what was going on around Kherson down in the south. But the fighting in the east, particularly the Donbass region, has been particularly vicious in recent weeks. And we see every indication that the Russians continue to want to propagate their efforts in the Donbass, particularly around Bakhmut. And we've talked about that, I think, at some length. And that area of Ukraine, it's a lot of farmland, a lot of open ground, and it lends itself well to the kinds of capabilities that are in this particular PDA package. And the Bradley fighting vehicles are very significant in terms of being able to do what we call combined arms maneuver warfare. You might remember the Pentagon just recently said they're going to start training at a battalion level Ukrainian troops outside the country on combined arms maneuver, because that's really what they need to help continue to improve their ability in that area of Ukraine. So it's very much tied to the war that we're seeing on the ground right now and what we anticipate we'll see throughout the winter months. We also talked about the fact that we didn't think fighting was just going to stop in the winter, that these two sides were going to continue to slug it out, and that has occurred. And I think, again, the Bradleys are just one capability. Take a look at the whole package when you see the Pentagon. They'll lay it out more in depth this afternoon, but you'll see that the whole package that goes along with this is well suited to the needs that the Ukrainian armed forces have right now.